Hello, legends. Welcome to this free Meta Ads Made Simple training. I'm Kelly McIntosh, and I'm honestly so excited that you're here because this can completely change your business and in turn your life. But before we get into anything today, I actually want to show you what's possible when you understand how to run meta ads properly. So this screenshot here, that is a 577 ROAS, okay? Now, ROAS means return on ad spend. So that means for every single dollar that I put into this ad, I got over $577 back. This one here, that's a 55.57 ROAS, okay? So that means for every single dollar that I put into this ad, I was getting back $55.55. So as you can see here, if you look, it was the 5th of August and I spent $36.33 on that day. I launched it that day. I spent $33 and I got back over $2,000 in one day. And this isn't a fluke, okay? This is actually a proven ad strategy that I've been creating over the last 9 months, and it delivers results like this over and over and over again. If you look here on this picture, you're going to see here that the ROAS, if you look at the top where it says purchase ROAS, if you scroll down there, you're going to see that it ranges between 7 and 500. So 577, sorry. So we've got ones at $30.16, $36.91. We've got $22, $26. That means for every single dollar, that's what I'm getting back. So basically, this is just a snapshot of some of the campaigns that I have been doing over the last 3 months. But basically, if you look at the very bottom of there, you're going to see total spend is $2,700. Next to that, I've had 36 purchases and I've turned that $2,700 into $44,145, and that was in 3 months, okay? But it's not just the income that these strategies are working with all the time. Let me just show you. Now, have you ever felt on your social media that no matter what you do, you just cannot seem to grow organically? So you get a little bit of followers, then it goes back again, and then you go forward, you go back. Well, that was me too, okay? Because, I had actually been at 67,000 followers, between 65 and 67,000 followers for 5 whole years. I couldn't get any further. I was stuck there for 5 whole years. And I felt that I'd reached my entire platform. I'd reached all my followers. My business was slowing down because I had no one else to reach, okay? And I just knew that for me to get to the next level, I need to get more people into that funnel, okay? Now, Instagram is my top performing funnel, out of everything that I do, including my ads and everything. But Instagram is where I nurture all my followers. I then get them onto my products. You need to make sure that funnel is always building. Otherwise, you won't be able to sell more to clients or sell more products, things like this. So I trialed and tested a few different strategies. I came up with a few different things. Some things failed, some things were okay, and then I stumbled upon this one that I've been doing. Now, I'm just going to show you. It's an actual mind-blowing funnel, right? I started this campaign at $5 a day. So think about this, $5 a day. And this is what's happened. In 12 weeks, I have took Gingerella Rocks from 67,000 followers to over 80,000 followers. So we've went over 13,000 followers in 12 weeks. And the best part is, at the start it was a bit slower, and now I'm hitting about 1,800 followers a week, and you'll see that further on. Now, not only about the followers have went up, my views, as you can see, 12 weeks ago, my views were at 57.4 thousand views, okay, on my account. I have scaled that in 12 weeks, if you look on the right, to 3.8 million views. 3.8 million people have been looking at my account. Not only that, if you look at the bottom and you see these reels on the top on the 80,000 one, you will see that I have 2 reels have completely popped off and went viral and are over 1 million views. But the best part out of all of this, because there's you don't just need vanity metrics, it doesn't need to just look good. The best part out of all of this is my sales have skyrocketed by 56% every single week. So I keep bringing people into my funnel and then they are turning into sales, okay? So some of the reasons that my sales have skyrocketed is because I know my target market. So I know my target market. So when I'm creating my ads, I target my exact target market within these meta ads. So if you look here and you look at this picture on the screen, right, that's a snapshot of Gingerella's insights today. And you will see that in the last 4 weeks, I've circled it, we have brought in 7,985 followers in the last 4 weeks, okay, directly to Instagram. And because these followers have been targeted by me by choosing custom audiences and stuff, everything I teach you in Meta Ads Mastery, but because I am targeting these specific people, that means that the people coming into my Instagram are not random people, okay? These are people who have a high chance of converting to my paid products. The other reason for my sales skyrocketing is I am using I've proven this over and over and over again, ad strategies, and I'm just using the same strategy over and over and over again, and I'm targeting these ideal people. Another reason is I don't reinvent the wheel every time. So every time I create a new campaign, I don't reinvent it. I go back to my analysis checker, my tracker that I use, and I just use the proven strategies that have worked again and again and again. It's a simple strategy. I don't overcomplicate it. And I just know what to use, what's worked, because I keep data on that, right? And I show you how to keep data on this within Meta Ads Mastery. The best part about all of this, though, is I have started all of these campaigns that you see, the sales campaigns, the campaigns for Instagram. I started them all from only $5 a day. So that means that helps me reduce money wasted, okay? Because I'm only going to scale the ads that are working, and then I scale them to the levels that I've been showing you with the exceptionally high ROAS, okay? And I teach you how to do all of this within the Meta Ads Mastery program. So let's get into the training. I want to show you and train you and how you can be making meta ads made simple, okay? Now, first of all, I'm going to be very honest with you. When I first started meta ads, I did what most people have done, probably what some of you have maybe done around here. I handed my ads over to companies. And because most people, we don't have ad experiences. We are not, we're not like marketing professionals and all of that. So I thought, right, I'll hand it over to the experts. But what I found was that these ad companies literally waste tens of thousands of dollars of my money. They have wasted tens of thousands, including a Google ad company, right? Now, Google ads is a whole other thing that I would definitely stay and avoid. And the reason for that is, think of it this way. Your target market is scrolling on Instagram and Facebook every single day. They are not scrolling on Google. Google is basically dying, right? Dying a slow death. But anyway, I had no clue that these companies were actually wasting my hard-earned money because I didn't understand the metrics. I didn't know what any of these metrics meant. I just trusted that they knew what they were doing, and I spent the money. But this is the thing I really want you to take away from this training, especially, right? People who aren't spending their own money, right? So they're spending your money. They are never, ever, ever, ever going to care about the results as much as you do, right? Because it's not their money. Yes, they're going to make your campaigns. Yes, they're going to run your ads, but it doesn't really affect them if that ad wins or fails, because they're still going to get paid at the end of the day, okay? And take it from me, hand on heart, after literally wasting tens of thousands of dollars, I got to the point at the end of last year that I thought enough was enough. If I want my business to grow, and I needed it to grow, because if your business isn't growing, it's slowly dying. Always remember that, okay? I knew I had to teach myself this, okay? I knew I had to put myself out there and just try and figure it out, and that's what I did. So first of all, before we keep going, I'm going to show you the proof that since January this year, since I started teaching myself meta ads, I have personally spent over $103,816, okay? This is the 21st of September, and that's how much I've spent. Now, I want you to remember, I didn't have the first clue about meta ads, absolutely nothing. I was teaching myself, okay? So for the first 6 months, I had some really, really good wins, but I also had some majorly expensive lessons that I learned, okay? And I don't want you to panic because I've wasted the cash, so you don't have to. You're just going to learn from my mistakes, all right? But even after all of my failed, they weren't failed, they're just lessons, and I just learned what didn't work. But even after the ones that did fail, I still have managed to turn $103,816 into $213,367 in 9 months, under 9 months actually. And remember again, I started this with zero experience in ads. I taught myself by learning what worked, what didn't work, and the biggest secret of all, kept data on everything. I'm a huge data person. I love keeping data and looking and trying to figure out problems and stuff. You know, that's what I did with my body sculpting business. That's what I've done with this. So I kept data on everything. And this is what one of the best tools that I give you in Meta Ads Mastery is I give you access to my personal Meta Ads diagnostic tool, right? And basically you just type in your stats of your ads and pinpoint straight away where your ad's going wrong, whether you should scale it or kill it, etc. Right? So this helps you to not waste any money. And I didn't start using I didn't create this thing until halfway through because I was like, I can't remember all these lessons. I need to keep more and more data. So now I'll look back on that. So in Meta Ads Mastery, you get access to that. Now, in the last 3 months, this is how exciting this is. I feel like I have completely and utterly cracked the code when it comes to meta ads. I have turned, as you can see here, I have turned $36,147 into $145,592 in 3 months. That means on average, I am getting $4 back for every dollar I spent, and that even includes the failed ads. That even includes my failures, because my other ads that I have been using, they've got such high ROS. When I do an ad that doesn't really work, it's not too big a deal. You can see here I've got one at the bottom, $27.90. That was a test and it didn't produce anything, so I probably switched that off if I gave it a couple of days. But anyway, this is not a fluke. I repeat this over and over and over again, right? Now that I know what works and what doesn't work for my business, I'm able to create campaigns that literally print me money. That's what it feels like, genuinely feels like. And now I know exactly how my business works and what it needs and what my followers like and what my customers out there on Meta Ads like. It feels like I'm printing money, and I do get amazing results, nearly 90%, 99% I'd say, of my my campaigns now. As you can see here, these are 3 campaigns that I've worked on in the last 5 to 6 weeks, right? In August, I managed to turn $3.16 into $1,826 in 1 day, right? That was in 3 days. And as you can see here, that meant I was getting 577 ROAS back, which means $577 for every dollar spent. On the right picture here, you will see I spent $29.97, and that was in a week. This was in a week. I spent $25 and I turned that into $1,999. If we look at on the left here, I turned $74 I spent on these 2 ads, and they both had sales. And I turned $74 into $2,686, and that was in 1 day. That was my 1 day one. So that was in 1 day. There's tons of these. It's not a fluke. I'm just showing you this over and over again. And this is all by following the strategies I teach you within the Meta Ads Mastery Program. Okay, so it's the same strategy that I use in all my campaigns. Again, I don't reinvent the wheel. I use the same strategies, okay, which I teach you. Now, I have a question for you. After everything you've just seen, and you're in your business, and you might be one of these people who's always like, oh, my Instagram isn't growing, and I'm doing everything I can. I'm putting my reels out, putting my carousels out. I'm still not growing. Or your sales are starting to slowly decline, or your bookings are starting to go down. Can you afford to not learn meta ads? The world is changing. Instagram is changing, social media is changing. You need to be in front of your people if you want it. You can start this from only $5 a day. I teach you how to start campaigns from $5 a day, so you don't have to waste any money. Now, I'm about to show you everything you do get in Meta Ads Mastery. And remember, this launches on Monday, okay? So within the Meta Ads Mastery program, here is what you get. You get Easy as Meta Ads, which is the beginner-friendly course, okay? That teaches you how to set up your first profitable campaigns the right way, without overwhelm and without being confused. I teach you this in easy-to-follow, step-by-step tutorials. You're going to create 3 different campaigns, and these are the exact campaigns that I use in my business, right? So the exact same ones, and you're going to start these at $5 a day. That's what I teach you. And that is within Easy as Meta Ads course, okay? It's the first course in the program, and that's valued at $97, okay? The next course in the Meta Ads Mastery program is the full Meta Ads Mastery course. And that is my entire complete step-by-step system for running ads that's actually going to make you amazing money. Okay. Inside it, I teach you how to scale your ads without killing your campaigns, because scaling is definitely one of my biggest lessons that I learned, and the place where I spent or wasted the most money. Okay, so you need to learn how to scale correctly. Otherwise, your winning ads that you've just made, if you scale them wrong, you're going to kill your ads. They will crash. Okay, so you need to learn how to do it correctly. So I teach you that in Meta Ads Mastery. I teach you my top secret 3 ad funnel strategy. So I do these 3 specific ads. I teach you that, exactly how to do them and how to do the funnel. And that's going to not only just bring you in followers, but it's also going to help skyrocket your sales. And I'm going to show you how to target your dream customers so that every single dollar is working for you. There's no point in targeting people who are not going to be, that you don't need and who you don't want to purchase your products. You want to target your target market, okay? And I teach you that in the program. And I'm going to also show you the exact methods, how you're going to turn these $5 ads into money-making machines, okay? There is absolutely zero gatekeeping in any of this, like nothing. I am telling you everything, because if you've worked with me for a while, if you've been in my body sculpting and ginger ale or whatever, you know my biggest buzz is helping women make a ton of money and changing their lives, okay? And this is changed mine. So I'm telling you everything. You get everything within this. And again, it's in very easy to follow step-by-step video tutorials. You're just going to watch me. You can either watch me on your phone or whatever, and then you're just going to create it yourself, okay? So step by step, you're following me. This is actually worth $997. Then the next course you get in it is my Instagram Surge mini course. And I'm dead excited about this one, because honestly, I put so much time and effort into trying to figure out what worked for Instagram. And now that I've cracked the code, I am about to share with you everything in here, my top secret Instagram strategies, and help you create this for your business. I'm sharing with you the exact strategy, how I grew from 13,000 followers in 12 weeks, and I'm continuing to rise over 1,800 every single week. Just check Gingerella Rocks. And also, I did the exact same strategy on my Rocks to Riches Kelly. I started it 3 weeks ago, started 3 weeks ago, exact same, just started at $5 a day. We've went over 3,000 followers in that short space of time, and we're now over 30,000. You can check that out as well. So it's proven to work, okay? And that's, again, easy to follow step-by-step tutorials, and that is $347 in that, and that's included in the Meta Ads program. Then you get lifetime access to the Facebook support group, where I'm in a couple of times a week. I've got a couple of Meta Ad experts in there, and also you've got all your fellow students in there to help you on your Meta Ads journey. This is invaluable. The value is $997, but it's actually much more than that. You have a place where you can, put your creatives in and ask for people's tips, or you can say, how would you think of this copy? Would you stop on this? It's invaluable for helping you learn and grow. You're also getting access to my personal diagnostic tool. Sounds confusing, sounds fancy. It's really not. It's a Google sheet, but basically you just put your data in and I will show you where it's going wrong. I will tell you exactly, do this, fix this. It will pop up on there, and that will help you stop wasting money on ads that are not working, and you can scale them as well. And that's valued at $297. This entire Meta Ads Mastery program is worth $2,648. But on Monday, for the first 20 people only, it goes off, the link goes off when 20 is done. This entire package is only $497. 497. That is over 80% off. You guys who are watching this training, you're going to get first access. Please check your emails 6 a.m. on Monday morning to make sure that you get access to this. And as soon as it's done, the price will be going up. But I cannot wait. I'm so excited, as you can tell, to share with you guys and watch you transform maybe you're stuck on Instagram, maybe your sales are declining, and watch you put this in action. Sit with me, do tutorial, watch my tutorial step by step, and watch you scale your business to levels that you never ever thought was possible.